Okay, so I am at the National Palace Museum, and so apparently they don't let you film in there, but that's okay because it's all in here now. That kind of defeats the purpose of recording a video, however. But so I went inside at like maybe like earlier than 12, I think, and there's 3 levels. Well, there's the main building which I entered, and there's like the side building which I didn't care about, so I didn't go there. But in the main building, I went to the first floor, which was like Buddhism, like Tibetan Buddhism, calligraphy, and the second level was pottery. The third level was like all sorts of like multi-dynastic like pots and like just pots and stuff, and like big sacrificial offering like altars and stuff for ancestor worship and such and such. But fuck. But oh, and the top level also had like a lot of jade stuff, and like so for all of this they like show the progression of the style, the like the techniques used, the materials that they could, for example, the jade. In the beginning, they used like drills, and they also used like some kind of like they used like a bamboo. So as the bamboo would wear down, and the jade's pretty tough, like it would like thicken. The jade would thicken, or like the cut would become thinner based on what piece of bamboo they used. And then sometimes to make a hole, they would drill through one side and then drill from the other side, so it didn't really match up. But then when the technology became much better, they had like steel and like bronze tools, so they could use bronze and steel to like make strings and cut the actual jade with it. So yeah, stuff like that. The ancient sacrificial like incense burning thing, it's called a diung, which is like it's like a pot with like 4 legs at the bottom, and then you would just burn stuff in there, like sacrifice stuff. It would be like some kind of connection with ancestors or with some kind of like celestial being. But yeah, overall it's pretty good. I think a lot of the stuff here, was made, was taken from like the Imperial Palace in, I think Beijing, or maybe some other place as well. But yeah, tons of very valuable stuff in there. A lot of poetry, written calligraphy by calligraphers. Yeah, you know what? I only explored the top floor and the bottom floor. Didn't really care about the middle floor. In the very end, oh, now they're closing the doors. In the very end, I was like, maybe I should check it out, because what if it's like super good? And actually, the middle floor is clay pottery, which is probably like a very important thing to look at, because clay pottery is like one of the most important things in a culture that could tell a lot about a civilization. Like in the Neolithic period, they'd just have like animal clay pottery, like carvings of clay art with animals and stuff. And then they would become more like, it would evolve with the times. It would become more humanist before becoming like almost spiritual in the later periods. But then I didn't really get a chance to look at it, so I'm just speculating. I'm speculating based on like the whatever, you know, some of the other stuff, like the actually the metal stuff. I'm speculating off of that, but yeah, it's pretty awesome here. Oh, and the other thing, it's extremely cold inside, and I didn't notice how much time I was spending in there, but apparently I spent like over 6 hours in there because like they closed. I was like, what the heck, it's closing. But in there I was like so cold, just freezing. If you come here, I'd recommend like bring a jacket. Don't wear shorts. I'm wearing shorts. Do not wear shorts. Wear a long pants. Wear a long sleeve at least. I'm wearing like microfiber t-shirt, which is pretty much just naked, and then I'm wearing like a sports pair of shorts. Oh, and they don't let you bring your bag, so make sure you have like a bag that you can put over your shoulder instead of a backpack like mine. They don't let backpacks in, rather. What else? I'd recommend, I'm extremely hungry right now, and for like a good 20 minutes I was getting kind of hangry. Had the nerve to stay inside and look at the rest of the stuff. Glad I did that because it's now closed. It is very closed. The doors are not open. But yeah, I'm gonna walk upstairs just to show what it looks like, and I haven't been up here yet, so it'll be kind of cool. Hopefully I don't trip on the stairs. Okay, wow. Looks even cooler up here. There's some kids back there. Yeah, you can kind of see like all around me. And behind me, that's supposed to be the second like museum, whatever, exhibition. Supposed to be the shittier one, so I didn't even take a look at that. But yeah, here it is. And some more people behind me. I find history extremely interesting, which like contradicts everything I've been talking about in terms of like life is meaningless and everything sucks because nothing has any meaning. But I'm extremely interested in history and like the origin of things, which is why I spent so much time in this museum. It talks a great deal about like what dynasty things were made, what dynasty associated with what style, why, who the chief patrons were for the artisans who made these things, what their tastes were, what their preference, what their critiques were. And it's interesting to me because I think I am a curious person, and without knowing the origin or the meaning or the backstory of things, they almost don't matter to me. You know what I mean? It's maybe it's hard to put in words, but without knowing the significance of something, I might as well, like, that thing could be dead to me, or if it's an inanimate object, it could just not exist for me completely, because something lacking in meaning or like deeper context for some reason is just not, I'm going in circles. It's like a very circular thing. I guess if something's interesting, then it's interesting. Which comes back to life in general. Like, if we're all gonna just die, our psyches will disappear one day, then it's like, well, it's true that this is where we came from, but we're also going to just not exist, just into oblivion we go. And so maybe the purpose of life is just to be exactly here where we are and take part in it and be in the greater context of previous generations and future generations. Maybe. Okay, I've successfully made this video extremely depressing and or boring, but in recompense, here is a view of the graffiti that is behind me and the beautiful view of this museum right there. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do a Tai Chi video.